So I never thought I'd be the type to save junk mail. Now here I am, saving junk mail. Not just the envelopes, but the actual mail. I received this credit card brochure a few weeks ago, and I thought it'd be a great idea to repurpose it, so let's do just that. My favorite part and the hardest part of any project is selecting which papers to use. For this, I'm using the Vicki Boutin Sweet Rush paper pad. The sheets are double-sided and the colors and designs are just so pretty. Let's start decorating the front of this credit card brochure. I really liked this floral pattern paper and wanted it to be the main focal point, so I decided it's going right up front. Now, rather than actually busting out the ruler and collecting measurements, I'm just eyeballing everything, and I'm using the score lines and the edges of the brochure as my guidelines. To trim this paper to size, I'm using the trim and scoreboard by We Are Memory Keepers, and I'm cutting right at the pencil markings that I had made. Here's what it looks like so far. Now, I found this leftover pre-cut Sunny Rays printed paper in the paper pad and thought it was perfect for what will eventually be the back of the brochure, so that took out all the guesswork. Next, let's work on the flap. So I was going through my Sweet Rush paper pad and pulling out different scraps that I have that I can use for this brochure. And I found this pink polka dot one that I think would work perfectly for this. And it looks really good with the other color combinations I've chosen for the front. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace this out and then I'm going to cut it. Now that the front is taken care of, let's start working on the inside of this brochure, beginning with the pocket. I think this pink paper is so pretty and would make a perfect front for the pocket. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to eyeball the measurements and mark it with my pencil. And while we're at it, let's find some paper to line the inside of the pocket. We have a few options. Which one would you pick? Here's what we have for the pocket. Let's work on the center of this brochure. Now these are just scraps, but I'm getting ideas of colors and designs that I like that go with the pocket. Since I already used the floral print on the outside of the brochure, I'm not going to use it again on the inside. I think we have a winner. I like that this paper isn't too busy or too bold. It's just nice and subtle. I just need to figure out what direction to put it, and then I'm going to do my pencil markings so I could trim it down. And here's what it's looking like so far. The color combinations are perfect. Now I just need to find a color to decorate the interior of the flap, and then we could put this whole thing together. Here are the options. To be quite honest, I don't like any of the paper I selected for the flap, but for the sake of time, I'm going to go with the other side of this lime green paper. And just like I did with the front of the flap, I'm going to trace this out and then cut it. And here are the papers to cover the brochure. Let's put it all together. I'm using Tombow Aqua liquid glue because it doesn't dry right away, and it gives me some wiggle room if I need to adjust the paper after I adhere it onto the brochure. Here's a junk mail envelope that's been covered with paper from the Sweet Rush collection, and the side of the envelope has been trimmed off, and what I'm going to do is attach it to the brochure. But first I'm going to punch a partial hole on the side of the envelope so I can easily slide things in and out, and I'm also going to seal the envelope shut. Now I'm applying glue to the two sides as well as the bottom of the envelope, but not the top. So when I adhere this onto the brochure, there's going to be a hidden tuck spot behind the envelope. Now that the paper is secure, it's time to fill it with a bunch of goodies. And to help keep the pocket secure, I'm going to add some Velcro dots onto the flap. And that is it. What are your thoughts? If you like to craft and paper craft as much as I do, please don't forget to like and subscribe below. Thank you.